Sometimes you just gotta.
whether you want to or not.
You say we're going live. We
I
haven't gone live.
I hit a button. There's a delay.
You're a delay.
Yes.
So there.
Um,
Take that.
I'm not allowed
I
to comment on Joe's delay.
mm,
Look, I have known for many different delays. You're gonna have to be more
a little
specific.
more. I don't even know what to say to that.
It's federally recognized, so
Hmm. And by that you mean the RCMP is aware? Yeah.
They are on their way.
Hey, look at that.
I see things sometimes.
Look at me popping out chat.
For those watching ahead of the live stream, jump ahead roughly about 15 minutes to get to the first impressions and review of the QSP variant and Lark.
Do those things.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
You know,
Do it.
those things. You know, for a QSP review, you would think that I would have carried a QSP this week.
Yeah,
I didn't. I didn't.
No. No.
it's okay.
I did carry a relevant knife.
I did. I didn't at all. I might as well go first and just get that out of the way then.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, just kicking around. And it's funny because kicking around the backyard, doing more yard work, this, that, and the other type of thing. You would think my new yard work knife, which is the 20 CV Penguin, would be coming up. But I really haven't been using my Mini Super Freak enough. So I carried a Mini Super Freak pretty much all weekend. Yeah.
You
The
made
right
an effort to
answer.
fix it. Good stuff.
I do
What's
like
that?
carrying the big guy. What'd you say, Joe?
Oh, just you made the effort to carry the knife. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I did. I did try to redeem the things about not carrying the things.
Is that a deep fryer basket?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
It's not. It's for like sifting soil and stuff. So
Okay.
it's yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But
But now that you say it,
It,
can't
at
help but
first,
think.
it looked like a really big microphone face, like
Uh-huh.
a really big one, or a really small knife, and it couldn't be that. So I needed to guess. Ben is saying that YouTube notifications actually work tonight, so that's good. We appreciate that.
Wow.
Hello.
It's impressive.
And he's carrying his Olite Metal 3.
Very
ah,
nice. Very nice.
Hell yeah,
good shipping times on that. So
indeed. There's a new Arkfeld that I want so bad from Olite.
Yeah.
The new Pro. Have you seen the link that was up, Joe, at work?
No, I don't think I actually did see that.
he's a nerd.
It's like black with gold accents, like the rim of the face is gold, the button is gold,
Yeah.
and then it's got like a retro stripe pattern from the 80s that's like red, orange, yellow.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
that's kind of cool though.
I want it so bad.
It's like if it dressed up in a 1980s Canucks jersey. It's yeah.
That's slightly
Yeah,
less cool. That's
I'm,
okay.
I'm buying it. I'll I think I might let go of the orange one.
Really?
Well, I don't need both.
That's a lie, but
Are you gonna do it off the side of your balcony like you let go of the other things?
I mean, it's got a. Well, I was gonna say it's got a magnet built into the base, so it's safe. But the railing is aluminum, so
maybe not
only
safe.
time will tell.
It's gonna clink off of something, and then you're not gonna be able to get it back because it's stuck to it with a magnet.
Stuck to the side of the building. Irretrievable. It is lost to time.
See, what I was going to say is I was going to tie a knife to the string and cast that over the side of.
Use your Chavez to pick it back up.
That's it. See, it's full circle.
It's got the most experience, so I mean, it's clearly the only man for the
It
job.
knows the drop. It knows it well.
Yes.
We're familiar.
I might really confuse my neighbor though.
Knife
Just
coming down on. on a wire.
Yeah, they've already seen it on the way up, and it confused them. So like,
Yeah.
they don't need that in their life.
So how much more do you like this little guy than the full size Dennis?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it depends on what niche you're going for, right? Because I already have full size knives that I beat up on. So it's hard to replace a Contigo, right? So
I was gonna say, do you think you like the Contigo more than the full size Freak?
oh yeah, I don't own a I
Yeah.
don't own a full size Freak and I own two
Ex-
Contigos.
Exactly.
He's got you there.
100%.
I said he's got you there. Stanson 357. What is up? Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
I
Mine
would,
was-
but I just did.
I would,
So-
but I can't, so I
Yes.
won't. Thank you.
That was more of a conversation between me and Joe, but you're welcome to join.
There's
Yeah.
3 people in this group chat. Jesus Christ, man.
Touche. You got me there.
Like Dennis, I'm also carrying a Benchmade. One that I need to carry more often. The little fact.
And that's a fact.
All black thing. Yeah. No, it's
Is that relevant to this week's show?
not at all.
Okay.
And that's a
Just
fact.
Cool.
not even a
I was
little
like,
bit.
are you trying to bring this full circle?
No.
Me neither.
No.
So, yeah,
No,
that's cool.
he's just spitting facts over here.
Spitting all over him.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I agree.
yeah.
He didn't even say anything, but I agree with his concerned ums all around, Joe.
The fact that you didn't use that as a lead into a Hawk Tua joke is
Yeah.
disappointing.
No, I'm over it. I'm over it.
Are you?
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
It's been a couple weeks. We're doing something else now.
There's new stuff to be had.
Is there?
There's these 2 kitty cats that tell dad jokes on Instagram. It's kind of my favorite thing right now. I'll share it with you later, Joe.
I think I know what you're talking about, and all I gotta say is that's not new, but I do enjoy it.
It's new to me.
Yeah, it's fair.
I mean, daughter's into some new pet store thingy where they just freeze the shrimp to kill them to feed others fish, so it's civil and humane to the shrimp. They just go to sleep, you know.
I mean, yeah.
It's like cryo sleep, but sleepier.
So I'm curious on if that's what the raw and unpeeled and uncooked is they just literally just scoop up shrimp, throw it in a bag, toss it in the freezer.
I'm pretty sure that's what they do even with like the mice trade for like snake pets and stuff like that. It might even be, maybe it's CO2.
Well,
but
I know certain animals like lobsters, as soon as they die, the body starts doing all kinds of weird stuff. That really changes the meat itself. Hence needing to either kill them right before boiling them or just tossing them in wholesale. So maybe there's something similar with mice, but
Did
yeah,
you say
I don't know.
wholesale?
He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like, you know,
Well,
Interesting
I was
way
saying,
to express life, but you know, it's
I think they still
It's a
do
commodity.
freeze them, but I think they put them on like CO2 blocks, so they get
okay.
they're going to sleep as they're going to sleep.
Right, little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Indeed. We're PETA's going to be all over us today.
It's
Okay,
okay.
you can blame my daughter. It's her fault.
Indeed. Yeah.
Talking
Clearly.
about
It
how to
started
That's a
with
fact.
humane shrimp, and then it just spiraled from there. So,
Look, snakes got to eat too.
I mean, sometimes shrimp just want to do the right thing. Okay.
Do they?
I was
Shrimp
gonna say
they never have struck me as like, I don't know, honest.
Hardworking folk.
Yeah, they're just
you don't think shrimp work hard.
no, they're just jerks.
You think they're just resting
They're
on their
just lazy
they're
jerks.
resting on their laurels, hey?
Yeah.
Floating on currents.
Just
Tell you. Yeah, the wispy fingers. You can
yeah,
tell.
just all this all over the place. I don't trust them.
It's not the take I was expecting. It's just,
Yeah, I don't like it.
nor should you, apparently.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a
Anyway.
reason we freeze them.
Yeah, they deserve it.
So, Paul,
So yeah.
the only person that's carrying anything relevant tonight.
Well, I mean, it's kind of relevant.
It's pretty relevant.
Yeah, it was used in photos, so you're gonna see it a couple times tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Muswayback.
Muswayback.
Muswayback. Making an appearance on the balcony again.
Yeah. You do these things.
I do. I sure do. And I mean, it was stuck down.
It's okay. You can use your own light to get it back. It's
Yeah, exactly.
So what you do is you get a drone and you attach the OLight to the drone, and then use the flashlight attached to the drone to pick up the knife.
as long as you turn the green laser on with the drone, because that shit'll get military when you live downtown.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's
drones with green lasers is a great idea, Paul.
Yeah.
Let us
what
know
I'll,
how that
I'll
works
wait
out.
until like the premier or the prime minister is coming to town and see how that works out for me.
Yeah, that's not going to get this video flagged at all. That's I don't know what kind of.
Obviously, that was sarcasm. Jesus.
Sure.
For
The
legal
algorithm's
reasons,
gonna
that was
hate
a
us.
joke. Yeah.
Oh, for all reasons, that was a joke.
Yeah.
Semantics. All
Yeah.
the semantics.
I'm gonna change the subject real quick and just give a shout out to Stanson. Sorry to hear you've been back and forth in the hospital, brother. Sorry to hear that, man.
As well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mr. Witwicky.
Indeed. Must way back.
Yeah. He's just carrying my opera, you know.
Seems likely. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's maybe relevant to tonight's entertainment.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing in the title that might give away the fact that your blade shape is similar to a blade shape that we might be reviewing tonight.
Would we count as edutainment?
No. We're neither
No.
entertainment nor educated.
No.
Here's a picture of the swayback next to the variant. I can't even segue to that shit.
Well, I noticed that no one commented on the educational rather than educated part of that conversation, but that just proves my point, really.
First one, then the other.
Look, we hold these truths to be self-evident, as unfortunate as they may be.
So those things be sway backing.
Yeah,
they sure do.
Swaying. They're swaying right back.
It's one of my favorites.
So
as far as shapes.
Yeah. I guess we're diving into QSP variant, eh?
I think so. I think it's a good place to start. It'd be very funny. It'd be very funny to deviate and talk about the Lark instead, but I feel like that rug pull, I don't think people would like it. So
I think the knife on the screen is the QSP Variantes.
It's Variante. I don't know what that means.
Variantes.
Variantes?
There are other Variantes. I still don't like it.
No, you shouldn't.
I
should have waited to ask my question about edutainment until after that little. I would have answered my own question.
I'm gonna sit here and sip on this and
Makuska.
Yeah, Makuska.
Live and you learn, I guess. So what's so special about this knife?
I got specs. Hey, wait, I can do some specky things.
Yeah.
I'll do them. The blade seal, 14C 28 Sandvik, overall blade 7 on the nose, or overall length, sorry, 7 on the nose. Blade length, 3 on the nose. Close length, 4 on the nose. Surprisingly, there's a lot of noses in this conversation. I don't know why. Anyway, blade thickness is 3 mils. Rockwell 59 to 61, designed by Jacob Lundquist. We're on to you, mustachios. And weight is 2.75 ounces. You can get it in a variation of G10s and micartas. And did you know TI? Hey.
Really?
TI?
Yeah, still 14C though, right?
Still 14C, but both black stone washies. Oh, with bronze handles. as well as also have the same variations as the Penguin Plus. You can get all of those things.
I didn't
Oh,
know
alright.
about the bronzy, but that's cool. Yeah.
Neat.
I didn't know about any of those things. Coming in at $52 USD.
Yeah. A couple different
How do you go wrong with that?
colorways.
It's enough.
Excuse me.
It's enough.
Huh. Very cool. Nice to see them still doing somewhat budgety titanium options.
Yeah,
That it
they've
needs.
kind of found a niche in the 14C and like they did some 154 Ti that wasn't an arm and a leg.
Yeah. It reminds me of when Kershaw did a couple of models in titanium with 8CR for some fucking reason. It's like,
Well,
no,
I mean,
this is
you,
nice.
You mean
You
like the
could-
bird?
Oh, the bird
Metal
too.
Lark?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to call out the blue tenacious.
Well, that was next.
That was
oh.
the Unlike
Oh,
some other motherfuckers.
I got it. I got it. If it was the next one, I'm
Okay.
here. I'm here for it. I
Here.
believe I was on
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
Although I will say, 14C Sandvik, I'm starting to be less upset about the budgety option. You know what I mean? Like, steel
What do you mean?
wise, I like 14C, and I will accept it in a knife that I like enough. If I liked it enough, I might go for a titanium option. Maybe.
Okay, so you'd still be happy to use it, not necessarily as a replacement for a higher end steel, but
No.
in spite of it
no.
not being a higher end steel kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's fair.
It's getting to the threshold of like, yeah, I could just carry that.
It's not
Yeah.
going to sway you.
I mean,
Awful.
there are other options, a little XHP action in the world, and you've got my attention. But
Yeah, these guys are definitely not the same size knife, though. That's the Spyderco Swayback is it's a big
Big.
boy.
yeah,
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 aggressive hollow grind.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
blade on the variant is pretty nice, though. Full flat.
Yep.
Comes with a pretty reasonable edge.
Even at 3 mils on the spine, which isn't the thinnest thing in the world, but yes, that full flat compensates for it being pretty reasonable, right?
Mhm.
I will say actually, compared to the sway back, the variant, and then I don't have it here because Joe has it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's at work. My pleroma.
Oh, that'll be at
Um,
work. I don't have it with me.
Yeah, It.
no, I think Joe has it.
Yeah. Someone's gonna get a stabbing.
Get
But
pleroma.
but not with a pleroma. Yeah.
That size on a swayback, I find much more comfortable to use in a proper grip rather than a swaybackian grip.
Like this size.
No, the
smaller
shorter.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The variant or the pleroma or whatever. If you pick it up and you tell me to just use it like a pocket knife, I find those ones sit a little bit nicer. Whereas your swayback is like, oh no, that big long handle is meant to be held backwards or not at all, sir.
It holds
Yeah.
backwards beautifully. I won't deny that.
Yeah,
I don't think
and it
I won't
does.
deny that.
Yeah,
But-
I don't think I have a picture actually of me holding the sway back in the forward grip to show by comparison. I was mostly going for a size difference here. But
I
yeah,
fully acknowledge that this knife is as nice as I feel it is because it's in my hand.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Yeah, I have some weird knives like the Thug and whatever. Like they're only pretty to me, type
Yeah.
of thing, right? Like I get it. Like
yeah.
But I do like the smaller size as well. Oh,
but
you
I
do
just-
have it.
Yeah.
I
You did
will
have
agree.
a reverse grip.
For the yes, yeah, I did have those at least. I will agree with you as far as the smaller sizes of swayback. This is a harvester's blade, I guess, by GEC. And being that it is like the 3-inch blade, like this is, I wish I had a side by side. Here is another knife we reviewed here on the channel for comparison. So not too far off in terms of relative size. Yeah, in knives this size, definitely they still feel pretty good in a forward grip, but you can tell they're made for a reverse grip, edge up kind of deal.
I like using this one in the kitchen. It peels things really nicely.
One thing that I do actually like for a forward grip with this particular kind of knife, and thinking about kitchen tasks, the variant has a little bit more curve to its edge than I kind of expected. Yeah, yeah, like your sway back is very
Dead
straight.
straight.
Yeah. And normally I see these sway back handles with either like perfectly straight Warncliffe style blades or something like a hawkbill blade where there's a curve inwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
that makes it very approachable.
did have some pictures, and probably you do too, of the variant and the pleroma
Yes.
together. And that's one of those, if you look at how canted the pleroma handle is, even more so than the variant.
The pleroma's pretty accentuated. Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
It also has a little bit of curve to the belly of its blade as well.
Yeah, it's not perfectly straight either.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't use the sway back like on a cutting board necessarily. It wouldn't be my first choice.
Right. You'd be dragging that tipple around a lot, I would think.
Yeah. I believe in scratches. Claw marks.
So the other big kind of like, I don't know, elephant in the room when it comes to this knife in particular is the fact that Jacob Lundquist also released a knife in Kaiser's lineup that was exactly the same at the same time.
Wasn't it different variations though, or slightly different size or something?
Yeah, the Kaiser's slightly smaller.
The Veritas, was that the one? No, that's a different one. What was the name? I'm on Kaiser. Oh no, this is Jacob's website.
The Banish. Kershaw Banish. Or Kaiser Banish. Kershaw got banished a while ago.
Yes. Yeah, so look, you can't claim that Kaiser stole the design, but that's very funny. Yeah.
No, it was Jacobs all along.
Look.
Newsflash, it was Jacobs the whole time. Yeah.
Are we upset that Jacob's getting a bag?
No. No,
but you two sue each other.
So the Banish is using 154 cm. It's a button lock. Still has a front flipper. Still has an opening hole, but it's smaller. It's a 2.32 inch blade. It's a substantial decrease in size compared to the variant. I don't know that they directly compete with each other just because of that.
Can't remember exactly where I saw it, but I did see someone had them side by side. And it was like, oh. Go ahead.
Sorry. I mean to cut you off.
You're gonna anyway.
Yeah, probably. I've lost the plot now.
What's the size of the what now?
The variant.
The one we're reviewing is a 3-inch blade.
Okay,
it was on the nose, remember? There's some noses.
Right.
Involved. 4-inch handle, 3-inch blade, 7 overall. Nose.
Yeah,
the nose.
A direct comparison. Maybe you saw something on Instagram and it's just not populating on the search.
That was probably it.
Because
it was probably Jacob.
If I was him, I'd have them side by each and be like, "Look, I sold it to 2 guys."
I did a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at me go.
And no one knows but me. I'm pretty sure that's what the post was. That doesn't sell many knives when no one knows but him, though.
Yeah, I think more than one person needs to know about these things.
You should probably let people know. Jacob, you're doing that wrong. Anyway, in diddlies.
In doodly.
The skeletonizing, pretty good.
Yeah.
This one actually went some mini holes on the liner side.
Yes, that was the first photo I wanted to throw up there. And then there's some larger holes on the opposite side. Yeah, they made an effort. It looks pretty
Indeed.
good.
You know, mini holes.
Oh, speaking of
Not
weird,
touching that one.
no,
It's like
don't.
Chimbits. It's
Also, like the uh, talk about the liner made me think of the liner lock. One standout feature actually is that the liner is visible when looking down at either scale. So normally with a liner lock, you have a relief cut on one side, or you have the liner extending, like in the case of this crossbones here. You can see the liner is visible both sides because it sticks out further than the cuts of the handle. But the liner actually extends past the handle both ways. There was another knife, and I feel like we've talked about it here before, where the liner stuck very far out and it was like actually uncomfortable. And I'm hating that I can't remember what it was.
Who was it from?
I don't even remember that.
Your storytelling skills are not working out
No,
here.
I remember what it was. It was the Spyderco little Valauten or mini Valauten. I think that was the one.
It does have quite a square liner compared to the cutout. I'll give you that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that's the same for the full size Fallout too, isn't it?
Yes, but I think just the ergonomics worked out better on the full size for some reason, if I'm recalling the conversation correctly. It's hard to tell in some of these photos. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the mini Valauten, but I know that it was a knife like one of these guys.
I know I've complained about the cutout. Well, I guess it's more the unlocking. Never mind. The Gale Bradley has no place here.
No, see, that's the opposite problem where it's just like it's flush.
Yeah.
Oops, all flush.
We're gonna jump it really aggressively, but then we're gonna put it way down deep in there.
Yeah. I never found it to be an issue here, though. I didn't find that squeezing particularly hard on the knife was uncomfortable. Theoretically, by pressing in with the blade, it's going to pivot off of your grip, and it's not going to hit that area quite as hard, if that makes sense. So I don't know that you would find it necessarily difficult to cut through stuff.
When I was grabbing it like a smock, and so it was my middle finger around there.
Oh, I didn't actually. It didn't occur to me to try doing that.
Yeah, it felt great like that.
That's pretty much where I was holding it too.
Oh shit, fair enough.
Yeah, and like nicer than a smock. So,
I mean, that's probably not true, but
well, you'd have to like and enjoy holding the smock, I guess.
Did my hand just?
Mhm.
Wow, I didn't even
Excuse me?
I guess I didn't even register that I was doing that because looking at my open hand, closed hand shot of the variant, that's absolutely where my fingers are going. But I guess it just was unremarkable enough that I didn't even realize that's what was happening. Wow.
You're like,
All right.
I'm holding this knife now.
Yeah.
Look at me hold it.
Look at him go.
We're doing it.
Ta-da.
Yeah, yeah. In pushy grip. Yeah, I don't have any complaints about this thing, man. I really don't. I mean, ambidextrous clip.
In pocket, it was nice.
A little bit rampy.
I know Paul liked the opening hole. What did you guys think about the front flipper?
I liked the opening hole.
Okay, yeah.
It is functional, but it was not my favorite front flipper to flip.
That's my takeaway from this one as well. Yeah.
That might be elsewhere.
Reminiscent when it's closed, especially look and feel, and even action, very reminiscent of a Boker Lancer.
Okay.
The
right, yeah.
Surge design, Panchenko, and like even the square thingy and the protruding and the action, all the things.
I was gonna equate it to like a Higo a little bit.
Well, yeah, a little carpenter's tabby.
Yeah, like I feel like that was potentially both of their kind of well, maybe less so this, as far as shape, but as far as feel and hand, I completely agree with you. I'm talking specifically about the flipper tab, as far as shape. But yeah, with
CPM, what's up? What's up? What fancy shit you carrying tonight?
yeah, we know.
Do we?
know.
Yeah, we
We
know.
know it. We know it's fancy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We know.
Yeah.
Have we touched on the fancy pivot?
No.
I do like it.
So
nice-
It's got dots on it, you mean?
I I never
That's
adjusted
fancy.
this pivot.
That's fancy.
It's a T8 on one side and a spanner bit, I guess, on the other, but I don't think it's free spinning. I'm pretty sure, like most of their stuff, it's captive.
I assume it was captive, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I would have preferred the black triangle or not, because I kind of really like their black and silver triangle for their pivot.
I just like the fact that it's not just a standard screw, or you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
it's probably the same plate that they start with, and they just potentially change.
I don't know if I actually. I have a photo actually. These two side by side. Yeah, they look like they're about the same diameter. They're close enough. Yeah.
But yeah, then I agree with you. It's not like super fancy there, Dennis, but it's nice that they're doing something at that price range.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
52 is all right.
Yeah,
52 American, yeah.
They didn't bother slapping a pivot collar on there and charging an extra $10 or $20. I appreciate it.
It's nice. It's nice to not do those things. Does anybody outside of like really expensive or really fancy pivot collars, does anybody actually give a shit about pivot collars on knives that are like less than $400? Because I typically don't see the fancy stuff before that.
Well, it's just appealing to a different market, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that point, you're looking at the jewelry aspect. Whereas at the budget of below that, it's not as much jewelry.
We were looking at a couple on the weekend here, Joe, that were fancy around the pivot and such.
Yeah, and I like that. At the price points that those knives are at, they better have some sort of decorative element like that.
For sure.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny. This vaguely reminds me of, where did the other one go? That's okay. This one's fine. The E-Lock Elishwitz with their semi-decorative spanner and Torx pivot hardware. Like it reminds me of stuff like that, where it's like, yeah, there was an effort to make this look like it wasn't just nuts and bolts tossed together haphazardly.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking. Actually, here's a prime example of it's just a screw.
Spyderco, yeah, unless you're looking at some of their Taiwanese-made stuff, and I say some of their Taiwanese-made stuff, yeah, some of their Taiwanese-made stuff, it's all like that. But they've been like that for such a long time, too.
Oh, 100%. I'm just salty that I didn't get a smock with the pivot.
Yeah, see, that's actually a... You know what? Let's see if I can find a picture of that, because that's a sweet little upgrade. So
it's got holes like this one. I see what's going on here.
So
now I understand
these guys
why you're pointing stuff out.
Maybe if I throw in C
spanner holes.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Reddit.
Smock.
Oh, look at the resolution on these photos. Good lord. Thank you.
Good lord.
Thank you, God, for inventing Reddit. Don't take that quote out of context.
It better not have any context.
The context is, look at this pivot. We can see it very cleanly thanks to the Knife Club subreddit. So, and whoever posted there. I don't know what the fuck is going on with their button there. Looks like they poked it with something. But anyway, the pivot.
They center punched it. It's fine.
Didn't even bother disassembling the knife. Just tap.
Yeah, just knock it out of the knife. Right out the back.
Okay. Well, anyhow. Yes, it's nice to see at this price point that they're making an effort. And I'm just happy that they didn't do QSP and their triangle pivot logo at the same time, because that'd be dumb as shit. it'd be dumb as shit, and I would openly make fun of any knife that chooses to do that. Like
Yeah.
this other Jason Lundquist design that I purchased.
Jacob.
Oh,
I don't know
Jacob.
who Jason
Jason.
Lundquist is, but you give it another 5 years, and I'm sure
He'll
him
pop
with
up.
a top hat will come on the scene as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Getting fancier
Absolutely.
and fancier.
I want to point out I was right.
Okay.
If you look at CPM's comment in chat about his full dress, Jonas Iglesias, Jolt white Damascus with Chad Nichols Damascus blade. Fancy shit. I was correct.
I don't know what Jolt White Damascus is, but I'm pretty sure that
It's
you can't
electrifying.
import it into this country. So, yeah.
Did you just type all those things into the Googles?
Did. And Google was very confused.
Yeah.
Like it
Their
came up
CPM's
with a
making up knives again.
picture of Sweden. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
I mean,
CPM's just making up knives again. It's fine.
it's okay. We can. So I can't find the exact version he was talking about, but so here's a Jolt. There's another Jolt with a flipper. Looks like there's some variations of what he calls a Jolt, but I mean these could be quite old.
I really wanted to call it a Jolt.
Jolt. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back again next week.
And Joe's out. Oh,
Just like that.
I finally broke him.
And it was with Jolt of all things. Yeah.
Yeah. Shocking, really.
he's been broken for a while. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Stop pointing that out, damn it.
I know that we here at the Pokey Factor tend to prefer uncoated blades. As far as performance is concerned, perspective performance, I actually really like the green micarta. Once again, shocker. I don't dislike the black G10. It felt fine.
So 59 to 61 on the uncoated, 58 to 60 on the coated blades.
Yeah.
But honestly, at 1428, I mean 58 to 60 is not horrendous.
No,
that's workable.
Just a quick shout out to Weldon Carry in chat. What is up? What are you carrying?
Since we keep talking about knives that utilize 14C Sandvik, I really should look up the maximum working hardness.
Yeah.
I have.
You nerd out on everything else. I mean,
yeah, that information is in
now?
a book in the other room, so I'm not going to be able to go look at it right now. But mayhaps later.
You let me know, because I'm curious now.
Well, because Kershaw
journey.
was the sole proprietor. That's not right. They were the sole company using it for so many years, and I don't think for most of those years we saw anything higher than 60 with that steel. So I don't know. Maybe it's on tested waters, but I'm sure there's a data sheet somewhere that gives some kind of information. Absolutely. I think this knife though is
find it, Joe. I believe in you.
That's nice of you to pretend. But I think this is a nice way to get swaybacks into people's hands. Is what I wanted to get out there.
What part was he pretending about?
Oh, pretending and believing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I'm pretending that I'm even here right now, so
that's impressive.
The bananas are kicking in, are they?
The bananas certainly are kicking in.
Excellent.
Indeed. Weldon Carey is carrying his PM3 in a shipwreck finish, which is his pocket jewelry, which is the right answer. Fancy. Also carrying a ZT350.
In Italy.
Doodly.
Fun, but it's heavy.
Yes.
So that's a liner.
It is. I have a very blurry photo, and I don't know why this motion blur is making me laugh, but it is. I guess I didn't review that photo. It's nearly native sized, like almost, damn near. I can't tell if that's parallax or blur that's throwing it off, but like it's if you've ever held a native, and like,
Oh,
yeah, like I get motion sickness looking at this thing.
I
So
didn't feel drunk, and then this happened.
Join
Yeah.
me in Banana Land there.
Yeah,
here,
I'm only
here
a few sips into my mead.
we're gonna get rid of that photo now, but yeah, it's
Yeah, you do that.
it's about native
It's
size.
clearer for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
It's 3D for you.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The bananas are talking to me, man.
Indeed. We're being asked in chat. So the coating drying process reduces the hardness of blades. They're bake-on finishes, right?
Yeah, you have to apply them with heat, which I forget whether this means the temper has to be at a lower the tempering temperature has to be lower in order to facilitate applying the coating, or whether applying the coating itself makes the blades softer by detempering them slightly.
I
going
I'm not
higher
sure.
I
I'm
want
not
to
sure.
say the latter.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure which mechanism, and in fact, it may be different from steel to steel. But like Dennis is saying, it's probably the more
in the
cost-effective
baking
solution,
process.
which is here. These are all hardened the same, but these ones are now being coated, so they're going to be softer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine they're making batches all at the same time and then coating and not coating. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. But that's another piece of information I don't have an exact verification for.
Why don't you have a spreadsheet, Joe? Jesus Christ, man. Come on. Like,
yeah, I need to start taking better notes.
Man.
With all these manufacturers that are talking to me about all this bullshit.
CPM's making claims that it's real in chat. And I assume he's talking about his knife. But nah, that's probably not true.
It's probably not true. Well, I believe it exists.
Nah.
It's never failed me in the past when it comes to pocket jewelry, so
That is fair. You've got to be there.
there's no reason for me to doubt the man now.
Anybody got anything negative to say about this knife?
You know, swaybacks aren't the best.
J'accuse.
Come on, man. I like my Pleroma, but it's not the most comfortable handle out there. I don't care who you are. It's, like I said, more functional and more practical in the shorter this size, the Pleroma size, compared to a swayback size that's just made for Swaybackian.
Oh, I mean, I don't know what that means, but I guess that's me.
Oh, geez, that's me.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Here I go, Jeezing again.
Oh, geez, it's...
Yeah.
You need to know your place. It's...
Oh, okay. All right, then. I have located my place.
In the Swaybackitude. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're definitely more comfortable backwards. For me, I just like the flowing lines of them. They're just pretty, and I'll suffer through my EDC tasks.
Dude, it's the same thing when I'm carrying... Sorry, Dennis, go ahead.
No, that's all good. No, honestly. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say it's the same thing with the not great cutting geometry on something like a fact. While it's sharp enough to do a job, it's great. But it's a 3mm stock thickness, and you do not have a lot of room for that grind to go. So this isn't going to be God's gift to slicing.
It's fun more than it's fun to carry it more than it is.
It's
and I get that. Again,
100% it.
Yeah, there's lots of knives I carry for the fun factor, for sure.
This wouldn't be my first pick in any kind of situation where I got to hard use a knife. Not because it wouldn't survive it, but because it would be uncomfortable the entire time.
Unless you're performing a lot of tasks that require reverse grip.
Peeling potatoes, I would do it all day.
Well, I'm thinking actually, I've worked a couple of shipping receiving jobs in the past where having a knife in a reverse grip specifically to go along, say, the top of something you don't want to cut, but cutting wrapping or straps or that kind of thing, and holding your knife in reverse grip was a very common thing to do. Yeah, having that rounded tip to kind of, keep off of whatever you're trying to not damage and open up. this might be a more comfortable knife than most if you find yourself doing that type of cutting a lot. And at that job, that was I'm not going to say 90% of the cutting I did there, but it was a lot.
I mean, his coworkers were at least 10%. Yeah, but
It
that's
was
because he was just
mostly
like,
X.
just get out of my way.
This is really bad when like the knife that I carried most at that time, I think was the 560 CBC of the big hinderer that CT made. That's a big knife to be poking people with, man. That's
Oh my.
yeah.
Well, I mean, the 10% got smaller over time.
It was the same 10% over and over again. Don't
Or
worry.
did it get larger? I don't know. Like that's a math question. So,
Oh, we're not here to do math. Come
on. The other thing is the clip kind of sucks, but it's functional. It works. No bad. No bad. No
So,
bad.
Yeah.
Clip kind of sucks in what way?
It's just plain. It's just plain. I mean, they've done plain, and they're good at doing plain. So I guess, yeah,
They are.
exactly. It's all right.
It works just fine, but it is. I will say this. At least they picked a functional clip to be their kind of default clip.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that.
And I mean, yeah, they've had varying success with their milled clips, but then they did a deep carry milled on the Grebe and kind of knocked it out of the park on that one, right? So,
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
every once in a while they come up with something that's fancy, and at this price point, I don't necessarily like expect it, but it's nothing to write home about. You're gonna be like, man, you could do better. Your clip could do better.
Would you
Alright,
just prefer if
alright.
it were shorter?
No, just better. Like,
It's like you're not even listening to me, Joe. Jesus. Better, damn it.
have you like
Gooderer.
look at it? Just look at it.
You
And then tell me
realize
I'm wrong.
you
It's
realize the
perfectly functional though.
the stuff I'm willing to put up with, right?
Oh, I know. It's a point of contention
Oh.
between us.
Oh, that's not even the best part. Yeah, no, there's another knife here that's far worse, but anyway.
Clips. Yeah, you own CRKTs. That's
I
enough.
well, no, Benchmade, man.
Oh,
It's for signaling passing airplanes if you're lost in the woods. It's
Hey, man, don't come at me with shitty Benchmade clips. I'll show you a shitty Benchmade clip.
Look, at least yours is tip up.
It's true.
I guess
true.
I guess as a closing note, and this is just a problem with deep carry clips in general, but with a tip up, well, with the tip down carry, the clip is out of the way of your hand. It's out of the way of your palm when you're gripping, squeezing the knife like you're going to be using it hard in a forward
the old
grip.
grippy squeezy.
In this particular knife, you give it the old grippy squeeze. Well, that clip is going to be against your fingers as opposed to your palm. So, okay, fine, great. The corners of these pocket clips tend to be a little bit sharp. I didn't find that to be necessarily the worst thing. Like, as far as all of QSP's offering, there have been other knives where you grab it and like, wow, that clip is kind of biting me. This knife, for whatever reason, wasn't quite so bad in a forward grip. I do agree having a nicer clip in some capacity would be good, but honestly, I don't know what they can do while keeping the price this low.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, you gotta only expect so much.
Yeah.
Indeed. Maybe
What is on, just out of curiosity? What's the milled or the titanium?
we arrived at the exact same place at the same time. I was going to ask that exact same question. Yeah.
It's the same clip.
Well, that's disappointing.
Oh, really? For the titanium variant?
Is it at least like a standard thing where like one of their like TI clips would fit?
I actually...
No, but maybe one of the Civivi ones would.
Oh, there you go. I'm not sure about the roundiness of the bottom of the hole, but you could hide it under the clip pretty easily and probably wouldn't be an issue.
Can't buy the aftermarket stuff. Well.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Did we say this thing was on ball bearings? I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah, it should be QSP just does ball bearings, like almost all of the ball bearings, all of the times.
It's only the Penguin, right?
It's the Penguin, and I was struggling to think, like, is there another QSP on washers? Because they moved the Parrot from
Yeah, it's
washers to bearings a little bit
it's
ago.
a V2 now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's about it.
Which is a shame because the action on their Penguins is damn near as good as anything out of their ball bearings. Like washers for a work knife. Yeah.
You've said that. You're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah.
Just maintain your toys.
Yeah.
So Spidey action was pretty decent on these guys, but
Yeah.
varying. I don't know if Joe noticed. I believe on the black one, it was much snappier. The detent was
Yes.
not consistent between model to model.
We had two of the black G10 in stock by the time I was fiddling around with the actions, and we only had one of the micarta. I'm willing to bet it's just a variation model to model as opposed to the micartas have softer detents. But I think we talked about this before. QSP, their detents tend to vary a little bit.
Well, I told you, it's service. They're just making everyone happy. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate that.
I get a variant. You get a variant. Oprah Winfrey gets a variant. It's win-win, right? Like it's
As a person that works in a brick and mortar, I don't hate that for knives because you get people coming in and actually being like, "I like this one. Give me this one, please."
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. While a variety of variants are available, that's great. People can come in and play with them and figure out, you know what, the D10 is just a little bit more crisp on this one. That's the one I'll take.
Yeah. Keeps our job relevant.
That's the only thing. Come on, guys. Yeah.
Well, I mean, robots, right? Robots.
Am I gonna get replaced by a robot? Can I buy my own robot and have it work for me? For you?
I mean, that's kind of between you and the robot.
Well, it's a robot. It's gonna do what I tell it to do.
If you figure that out, and come at me, bro.
All right.
Up until the robot uprising. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll be bros. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll go fishing on the weekends, and I'll go fishing the rest of the time as well. Our chat's gotten weird. I'm not even going to go that way.
All right.
That's what happens when you get swaybacks.
As far as like scories for this, I'm going to give it some variation of 7 out of 10.
A variation, eh?
Yeah, somewhere between 7.1 and 7.9. But I won't tell you which.
Scores may vary.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If you want to get real sticky about it, maybe it's like a 6.5 to an 8.5 is a 7. Yeah, that's right.
I could do that.
Yeah, averages out over time, Joe. All scores are 7 in the end.
I don't
think about it.
like it.
Yeah, think about it though.
See, you're gonna give it 7.1 to 7.9. I'm gonna give it a 0.7 because that's the blade difference between it and the Banish.
So. All right, that's a really low score. What did it do to you?
Wow.
Did it like stomp your kitten or something?
Well, no, it's not out of anything. The score is just 0.7.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a.
Yeah. I mean.
0.7 out of 1.
Yeah.
Again,
yeah.
Not out of. Like.
It's a decimal percentage. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's tallying score. It's fine.
It's tallying these bananas.
Let's see where else Jacob takes us here.
Yeah. Sorry, out of 0.7. There you go. Yeah, it's a 0.7 out of 0.7.
Okay.
10 out of 10 for Dennis.
I guess I gotta rate this thing 1.3 then. Because this knife is 1.3 times the banish.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Look, you made me do math. That was your first mistake.
Where's my spreadsheet, Joe?
Hidden away, where you can never find it.
It's gone.
Like a fart in the wind.
Or a variation thereof.
Them wind farts.
Ducks or
Opposed to which?
Well,
kind of.
Should I be? What's
the
that?
more solid kind.
I mean, there's 5 Earth elements. I didn't realize we were going Captain Planet on this one.
Exactly.
But,
Fire farts, they're the worst, man.
It's not some bullshit like love, right? Love isn't the
Like
fifth element,
love?
is it? Yeah.
I think it is.
God damn it.
Do I look like Bruce Willis?
Not even if I squint.
See? Exactly. I don't know what that means.
I want you to know how.
You don't look enough like a thumb.
Yeah, there you go.
What if I put a hat on that thumb?
Is it like a bald cap?
Yeah. It's just stretching a condom over your head.
Well,
you're going to hear from his lawyers, sir.
Look, if his lawyers could hear me, they'd have contacted me a long time ago.
He's not contacted.
Unrelated.
Completely unrelated.
He's got other things going on.
Also happens to be Lindsay Lohan's agent. Don't worry about it.
I'm not saying there's something there, but
I don't like it.
Well, that's why they were contacting Joe. You'll see.
Yeah.
So next knife.
I have strong opinions about the movie Herbie. Apparently, no.
Well, I mean, who doesn't?
In this day and age, you gotta have.
Yeah.
That's a whole separate episode. We could do a 3-parter on that one. Anyway.
Oh, I don't know what that all was. It was terrible, and I love it.
You're welcome.
Am I?
Yeah.
Here's
how you spell it.
Here's our first irrelevant.
Are you talking about the QSP Lark? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you, you say?
I am. I got it. I got it right there.
That's
Compared
cool.
to a dragonfly. We're running out of dragonflies. I was reduced to using the K390 variant instead of the S90V in pink. Or
Who told you you're
S30V
allowed
in
to
pink.
touch that?
Nobody said anything.
K390? I mean, I did. I said he could touch it.
Fair enough.
I'd love to sell you this knife, but my boss said no. He said, I can't touch
Can I look at that one? Anyone but that one, unfortunately. Mark, can you come here for a second?
Gonna need you to touch something for a moment here.
Whoa.
Oh.
And not ask
Wow.
any questions about it. Yeah.
It's okay. It's behind the counter.
Oh.
There's a reason the counters are the height they are.
Yeah.
And it's Joe. Oh. Mark's in.
Look how I've massacred my boy. And this is after cleaning like 3-4 times. Good God.
So yeah, it's concerning. But
Yeah.
the Lark, you say? I got specs on that son of a bitch.
Please.
Also, 14C28 Sandvik. This one has a C carbon fiber overlay G10. Liner locks, yeah, that's right. It's not pure. It's not pure. It's shredded CF overlay G10. Bam.
What? Okay.
Overall, 7.4. Blade length, 3.15. Blade thickness, 3 mils. 59 to 61. One may be less for black-coated blades. Wait, they don't do black-coated blades on this one. That doesn't apply.
That's the right answer.
Oh my God.
That's it.
I
That's
never
it.
noticed.
That's all you get.
I thought there was a void in the carbon fiber, but there was just a mark on my screen.
Cleaner stuff.
No.
Okay, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I forgot weight on this guy, 3.53 ounces. G10 is 3.25. It is lighter than the CF G10 overlay.
Really?
Apparently.
That doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense.
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
I think they maybe published their numbers in reverse. I think they fucked up.
Don't worry about it.
I'm a little worried about it.
We'll put it on the scale tomorrow. We'll let you know.
Tomorrow.
We got a scale at work now. Nice. So
No, we
no,
don't.
no. Aw.
Stop calling me out on last stream, damn it!
You got me. You got me so hyped up. Anyway,
Bring your own damn scale
I
tomorrow.
not tomorrow. May have to
Never
Tuesday.
tomorrow. I said.
Not tomorrow, never tomorrow.
I said tomorrow. Anyway,
So here's a side view with the 14C28N label, and you can kind of tell if you look at the multi-layering here. That sure does look like the side of a G10 slab. But then,
But then,
But then,
look at this. Speaking of not reviewing my own goddamn photos, you can see the lamination line between the carbon fiber and the G10 highlighted in this particular photo. Yeah, in sharp relief. It's neat. You certainly don't feel it when handling the knife, but I guess the light just the right angle.
Honestly, you could have told me it was CF all the way through, and I would have bought it hook, line, sinker.
I had no idea.
Line, and sinker. Holy, the bananas are making me talk.
There you go. Yeah.
Stop choking on your bananas.
Shit is bananas.
Anyway, yeah, so G10 overlay. G10's overlays.
Which is neat. It's a $10 jump. Well, okay, not quite a $10 jump between the plain G10 and the shredded carbon fiber. Yeah.
Enough that you'll be like, damn, dude, come on, man.
It's still the right choice.
Give me some things, man.
Ooh, and the red looks nice too.
I think I mentioned to you, Joe, over the weekend. There's a variation of this knife that doesn't exist yet that I want to exist.
Mm-hmm. Which version is that?
It is the teardrop Damascus with teardrop carbon fiber
yes.
of the Hawk. I want the Hawk skin on this knife. It would be so badass.
That configuration would be very slick.
I would already own it, I think, if that was...
I thought you were going to say if it was titanium with like holes milled out of the handle all the way through. And then it was like the holes were anodized slightly different colors than the rest of the body was. And
that's
then,
a miss.
And then you woke up and realized that you were dreaming about the Wee Knives miscreant.
That's why it was a miss.
Well,
Create. Turder.
So the Lark you say?
What, you're not going to put up? Come on. The similarity, the very obvious similarities between Wee Knife Miscreant and
well, you also have to put up
it's not
the Hawk variation that I'm talking about.
Not that common. So the Miscreant has like a standard flipper that I don't think there was a front flipper. But otherwise, a very square rectangular handle, a very square rectangular handle. There's a bit of a... I actually really like this. There's a bit of a round kind of a sweep to the butt of the knife, which does make it more comfy in hand than just holding a rectangle.
Listen here, butt sweep.
And look, I like
the curvy butt.
I like to hold rectangles.
Who doesn't?
It's more of a curve.
I mean, you don't like grabbing the sharp butt.
No.
Yeah.
I cut myself.
Pokey butts suck.
Yeah.
Just popping cushions wherever you sit.
Pokey butts is a terrible like side channel we should start.
Oh, spin-off? Really? All right.
Yeah. I don't know what we're doing over there, but
I want no part
over here half the time. Let's be honest.
That is fair. You got me there.
Nice.
Touche,
nice.
sir.
Hand rub satin finish. Did anybody say that? Did Dennis say in the specs? I can't remember.
It doesn't say it. Doesn't say it in the specs.
But look at that blade. Look at that nice
Satin.
bleed.
Call it the finest of satins.
Satine.
And I like seeing it on budget options.
Satinis.
Damn it. We had another budget option that had a hand rub satin. Was that also a QSP? Was that a Best Tech? Oh, I'm drawing a blank.
Which
Don't
one?
Budget? I don't know.
I don't even remember what the handle looked like. I think green was involved. God damn it. This is going to bug me now.
I'm pretty sure there was green. Some kind of leprechaun
Oh.
knife.
Yeah, I think there was something green you were smoking.
Oh, we've lost the guys on the Pokey butts. They're not going to subscribe.
What?
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of running
Only
and hiding.
Pokey. No, that's its own. Never mind.
Anyway, QSP Lark, back flipper, front flipper. Pick your flippers. No holes, no studs.
Dude, you don't even
Pick
need
a
to.
flipper.
You don't even need to pick your flipper. You get both.
You can
both
use
work.
neither.
Actually, I didn't try to pinch this blade open, but that would probably suck. There's not a lot of access to that blade when the thing's folded shut.
Not pinching. Not pinching.
Wow.
Wow.
I refuse to pinch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does it? Now I'm concerned.
There's
If
only
you know,
one
you
thing
know.
wrong with this knife. There's only one thing wrong with this knife, and
What
it's
is it?
right here in this photo.
Oh, did I just change photos?
I don't think so.
Okay, which
Oh, yeah, you did.
what
But
photo?
it's here too.
Okay,
It's both. It's in both. It's
All
the
right.
pivot. It's their flame pivot. Stop that.
dude.
Hmm.
Just think about how nice this knife would look
With the
if
triangle?
it had that pivot.
Or even, I mean, I would assume that the one below is proprietary to one of the lung quests.
Possibly.
I mean, probably the one that designed the knife.
Yeah, but
I'm guessing.
I'm guessing that they're the same person, though. So you see, so
Well, I mean, you can't let on to it. You can't let him know that we
Wait.
know that he knows that we
have you
know.
been playing coy this whole time?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Exactly.
Well, stop playing with your fish and let's talk about this knife.
Put your
Oh.
fish down.
Stop playing with your fish.
Talk about a lark.
I don't know what that means, and I don't like it.
Yeah, stop playing with your fish and start playing with your bird.
Exactly.
Speaking of
Flick
exposed,
your bird. Put down the fish.
Listen here, bird flicker.
Put it down.
Nice and
Squeezing-
slow here, you see.
Oh God.
We were talking earlier about exposed tangs being
Yes.
uncomfortable. This one clearly has a fairly exposed tang that's serrated. Did anybody find any hot spotties?
Not on this stick handle, you know? It's
yeah, I
Three
did.
C's?
Definitely did. Found all the hot spots. Those finger choils suck so bad. It's
All of them.
yeah. Can't just find a good grip anywhere I tried to put my fingers. It was just like, who designed this?
an old man and a fool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's his name from Bark River?
Look, I'm not gonna name
What's his name?
names.
Mike something.
Stewart. Yeah, Mike Stewart.
Stewart. Yeah.
I guess I am gonna name names.
Yeah,
Oops.
there you go.
I
Yeah,
mean,
this thing's a glorified steak knife. Look at it. It's
it didn't have to fit everyone's hands. It just had to fit his, right? Like it's
yeah.
glorified steak knife indeed. Brad Zinker resents that, and by that I mean, who designed this knife?
He resembles that. What are you talking about?
Exactly. He resembles that remark.
Yeah.
Who designed it? Huh? Who?
I just assumed that
Come at me,
Zinker was
bro.
a huge steak fan.
Well,
I mean, his
yes,
first
it's
name's Brad.
it's
Come on.
it's
Yeah.
comfortable. It's sleek, but like there's very little decision making here as far as expressing a new design. Like this,
Look,
like we've been saying, this isn't a unique looking knife.
no, is that why you like it? Is because it's
No,
unique?
no, I like
Oh.
it. I like it in spite of how fucking bland it is.
Yeah, it does blend perfectly.
It does, and it's weirding me out.
And quite honestly, part of the reason why I think it would look so nice dressed up with the rose pattern Damascus and the rose carbon fiber is because the design isn't getting in the way of those things. It's just letting those things be those things.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
could agree with that.
Yeah. QSP, you can send their royalty checks for the option. Probably to whoever designed this knife. Who was that?
No one. So take credit. You did apparently.
Ta-da! Let everyone know here and now.
I mean, you're welcome, world.
Yeah. It all makes sense as to why it's such a plain design.
Now, I thought that Dennis's favorite version of this was going to be the gray G10.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, but they need to make a better version, and I don't think Paul's blingy version is the better version. But if they made a titanium frame lock,
But that knife already exists. It literally was the miscreant.
You lost me at frame lock.
Like, I'll take a M390 blade and the rose pattern Damascus.
I mean, I haven't seen QSP make a titanium button lock, but if this is going to be their first one, I'm in.
Titanium button lock?
Been there,
what
done
is
that?
the name of that knife? I think
Did
it's the
they do one?
Kaiser. No, but Kaiser did. It's called the original. Yeah. The original's just this knife with tie and a frag pattern.
Kinda.
Kinda. That's it. It just has thumb studs instead of flippers.
It's a drop point. It's not a.
And it's got like contours. Look at that finger choil.
Yeah.
It's like twice as big as the other finger choil.
I suppose.
The butt end,
Yeah.
it's not square.
Butt end.
So basically, we want a more boring version.
Can't put
Of the
a
Kaiser
Best Tech
original.
Glock handle on it and call it Cheese Whiz, man. Come on.
Gross.
He's got you there. You shouldn't be calling it Cheese Whiz. Just full stop.
I mean, you can call it a bunch of things.
Yeah. Cheese Whiz shouldn't be one of them.
But yes, indeed.
Don't
I mean,
cheese in the whiz.
You could call it Cheese Whiz. That's
I
it.
mean,
I'm calling
you
it
could.
Cheese Whiz.
Don't whiz. Don't
I
whiz
came
at my
full
cheese.
circle.
How about?
It's
You can't
Good
stop
Lord.
me, Joe.
That's
Yeah.
alarming.
Yeah, it should be. It was meant to be.
So yeah, great execution of some pretty stellar materials for the price point.
Oh.
Again, I think this is good. I like it.
Yeah, that one there, that picture with the 14C28 and logo. Something I was actually going to point out that people can take notes of on this knife in particular is people like to bitch about liner lock thickness. And this guy, you don't have to worry, even compared to the variant, because you did have a picture of the variant liner lock, and I was going to bring it up, and I'm like, I'll wait for that until it comes up now. And then with the Lark, we can talk about how it's pretty robust, especially compared to some other brands that we've reviewed that are not robust liner locks and are flimsy as shit. And I mean, yeah, when you look at it,
well, especially when you compare it to like the overall blade thickness too.
Yeah,
it's like half the width of the blade, which is
and the variant is a 3mm blade thickness as well as like they're both the same blade stock. And when you look at both of these QSPs, it's very obvious this thing's robust.
Robusto.
Yeah.
Robaxaset.
Part of it too is the chamfering across the on the variant. There's a little bit of chamfering across the front of that liner interface.
Decided how I'm going to spend my evening.
There you It is closer if you're looking towards the tang of the knife here, like the actual lock interface. QSP does give you a decent liner lock, but the engagement was so early on that variant. Jeebus, I didn't notice that.
It's fine. It'll work in.
It should.
You just gotta spidey flick it with the soft D-head a whole bunch. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Just add some wrist, Joe. Get your wrist into it, bud.
I don't think I will.
That's fair. That's fair.
So yeah. That was one of the things I noted on the Lark is it's got a proper liner. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Variant, Jacob, do better. In-house QSP's got you beat, but then they just did a G10 overlay, so who's laughing now? All the way to the bank.
Yeah. I'd still pay the extra
in-house?
$10. Oh, I doubt it.
I was hoping they made it in-house because then they could make the rose pattern stuff.
I was so
in-house as
easily,
well.
I dismissed that real quick, but
Yeah, like a hater.
like maybe I don't know, because a lot of these materials you see across so many different companies. Like we uses stuff like this. Vivi, I don't know, those two are the same, but Kaiser uses some of the shred stuff as well. So
Okay. Even if it's not made in-house, do you think it can be made to order?
I think so. I think so.
I'm here for that.
With the quantities that these companies are producing these knives in, yeah.
I will say when this knife came out, and I actually did call it, and I think it's been living up to what I kind of initially said was that this was going to be the sleeper model that no one talks about until they play with it. And then when you play with it the first time, you're like, well, damn, that's nice. And you're like, it has no reason to be that nice. It doesn't stand out in a crowd. It doesn't do anything to deserve being that nice.
Of all the new knives we got in from QSP recently, this one's my favorite, and it wasn't even on the radar.
The only reason it was on mine was because I happened to see a video segment where they talked about the prototype. They didn't even have a name for it at that point. I'm like, that's cool as shit. It's a smock. I like the corner flipper, and it's got a front flipper. That thing's gonna be cool. And then immediately forgot about it because I'm used to Spider Coast timelines for when they tease something, and then sometimes it just doesn't ever show up again.
Yeah, they do that to you.
And I think this knife, it's not really leaning hard into that executive style of knife like the CEO made very popular, or like the Crossbones kind of leans into. A bit of a broader blade, definitely a bit of a thicker handle. This thing is going to be more than capable of working quite hard.
I think even the Crossbones and this guy probably fits into the genticle category.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite category. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Well, come on. Think about who I am.
It's also Joe's favorite category.
Yeah.
The genticle category has got.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Some good sway, dude.
Some good genticles.
Yeah. Well, as long as they keep forcing people to release knives like this, I'm all for naming. You can call it whatever you like. But I do like it.
I will say, I would happily I would own this knife and use it day to day, but I could also see myself buying this knife and just having it set aside. And if I'm going out for a steak dinner, this is the knife I'm bringing. It's 14C Sandvik, easy enough to strap back to sharp after contact with a plate. Easy enough to resharpen if you gotta.
You need to go to a steakhouse that give you little serving platters made out of wood for cutting up your steak. Just cut it up right on there.
Pinkies up.
Wow. Fuck
I'll
yeah.
I'll order some garlic toast on the side and
see, I think I'm gonna do you one better here, and I'm just gonna start pulling out my pocket cutting board.
Is it now? Is it
like that guy?
Is it a telescoping?
Oh.
or does it unfold like with little wooden hinges?
with the knife inside it. Very obvious. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Oh,
It's-
Yeah, 100 fucking percent. And you know, if
Oh.
you get the steak knife small and thin enough, you could
Mm.
absolutely tuck the whole fucking thing away. Like
Oh.
the Higos are small enough, you could do it. You could
I'm
absolutely do
actually getting heartburn as we speak. Wow.
it.
Okay.
Just fueled with
I'll
rage.
I'll carry it on a dangler. It'll be great. It's
In a leather satchel that you tie around your neck.
Like a bib.
you can neck carry it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, no, see the bib. That's its secondary purpose, Paul. You keep it on as a bib while you take your little cutting board and knife out.
Oh, you're gonna be the end of me, Joe.
It comes out into an L shape, and thus the cutting board is born. Yeah.
Oh my god,
You can just graze
a
as you
bib
go.
cutting board that rests against your chest for support. You prepare your food all just
It's
inches
all right
away from
there.
your mouth.
This-
Oh
Just
my god.
steak juice running down the front of you.
No, that's part of the board. That's the unfoldy part.
Do you know this will not allow that?
No, that'll be tucked behind the board, of course.
I'm gonna go right into the
Sir,
shirt.
let me introduce you to my new product.
This is the new product. You just tuck it into your shirt. It's
I
fine.
was gonna say it's just
Duh.
called a razor. Shave that shit off. Fuck.
No. I ain't doing it.
Anyway,
This is what you do when you eat soup and you have a beard.
QSP Lark, you say?
Yeah, you
Indeed.
can have it for a song.
Mm.
Mm,
That was mostly
Dennis,
for Paul's
can we
detriment,
figure out a
but-
way to kick Joe out of the chat? Could you just mute yourself for a little while, Joe?
Oh, gladly.
Thank
I've
you.
been waiting for just such an occasion.
I was waiting for you to just immediately be gone. Black screen. Beep boop. Yeah. I guess everything that we said about the variants pocket clip can be said about this pocket clip because it's the same pocket clip.
It's the same goddamn thing.
Pocket clip.
Pocket clip. I have a photo. Where did that photo go? There's
Say
the
pocket clip
photo.
enough.
Bam.
This is all meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, once again, comfortable enough. More than enough clearance underneath the clip to put, you know, you can wear it with whatever type of pants. It's not going to hang up. Maybe those like double reinforced overall pockets are going to be a little thick, but outside of that,
Those boys aren't carrying this, let's be honest.
not unless they're going for steak dinners. Yeah,
Yeah, touche.
Mm.
In their bibs?
of course. The bib,
Uh,
the bib stays
bibbiest of
on.
Bibs.
So that also leads me into another point about this knife is when the bib unfolds, what keeps you from losing the knife when bib unfolds is the really, really redundant lanyard hole on this knife.
Oh yeah, this thing's
It's good. Yeah, it's
good.
gross. Why
You've
would
already-
you do that? Why did you hole punch? Like literally take a stale hole puncher, a hole puncher,
One of them hole punchers.
hardly
and
know
stop
just
where.
punch
punching
a hole
holes,
right
bro.
in the back. That's
See-
literally what it looks like they did, though. There was like
This
Kashunky.
yeah, this is like early Spyderco badness as far as lanyard holes go. Like that's pretty awful.
They're just gonna put it in the machine, and there's like shunkies.
It's literally the same size as the Spyderco hole.
Surprisingly, it's the same size as the hole in the Puko too. So it's yeah, trademarked by Spyderco. I
Yeah,
wonder
but
why you
where-
don't have to trademark that hole.
Where along the hole or along the blade is that hole? Really?
I mean, you could use it for a lanyard.
Yeah, you could just Spidey drop your knife open.
So I understand having a lanyard hole on a knife where
Do you?
you want to use a lanyard, like I don't know, like at a job site or something, someplace where, or maybe while you're up in a tree or something, like you're an arborist, like I don't know, in situations
got
where
an
you might
easy-
just lose your shit.
I got
um,
an easy solution. Just don't do it.
Well, there are other better solutions out there that are much more hidden, but they require things like backspacers. But
As a guy that will occasionally put a lanyard on things, it's for fixed blades. Stop all that nonsense. Go on, get.
How else are you going to have the like lighter leash zip tie string attached to your meat bib.
It's got a boot. It's fine.
There.
It's got a what now?
A boot. A little rubber boot.
Oh, it's a T on the end of that word.
Yeah, it's got a boot.
Okay.
Boot in a boot.
Like, is it like British for like a trunk?
Yeah, I guess. It's got a butt.
I mean, that's kind of derogatory, dude. Like, it's, yeah, stop judging. You're body shaming.
Am I?
Yeah.
Are we?
A little bit.
Is that what's happening now?
A little bit.
It is now.
Yeah.
That's what we turned it into.
All right. Well, it should be ashamed of itself and its butt. It's pokey butt.
Yeah, so,
Swayback has a lanyard tube.
Yeah, it's the wrong choice.
See, at least they put a tube in it afterwards.
On that knife, it makes more sense because you could just drop that into your pocket and retrieve it via tube.
Yeah.
Tube retrievals, you know?
Yeah, again, it makes sense in
Are
certain
you
contexts.
grabbing
but...
the tube?
Oh, just by the tube, yeah.
To retrieve it? You said you could, yeah.
Yeah.
Retrieve it by the tube.
Yeah.
Grab him by the tube.
Just grab it by the tube. You heard it here first.
I don't think that's good advice.
I was just gonna say, full stop.
Yeah, there you are.
Hit.
I never said I was educated. So I guess anything else to say? Negatives?
Is there negatives to say about this knife? It's great.
They should have made a micarta version instead of G10 versions. G10 was a waste of time. Just make micarta versions.
I'm here for that.
Not in addition to, but instead of.
Yeah.
You should make micarta as well, and then make the titanium version that Dennis wants, and the Damascus one that I want. Make all the variations.
I gotta be honest, if this was available in that Jesus, fusing those names together, the Hawk configuration with the Damascus and the carbon fiber, yep, that would be the variation I would go with, 100%.
Yeah, it would be my fancy boy knife. It would replace my artisan Centauri. You know, because this one, as far as I know, doesn't have lock rock.
I mean, I would just have a really hard time with this knife if I bought it, because after I flipper deleted it, might be tricky to open.
Kind of stuck.
This knife's no good. Here, take this.
Shake real hard.
This knife's fucking useless.
You played that game before.
You're just gonna put a fucking what are those bars or the little dialy boys for the bucks?
Is there enough exposed blade on this to do that?
Nope.
No. I'll Dremel it out. It's fine.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, reduce the liners. See how far that gets you.
I got on a cool little Dremel. I haven't used it enough lately.
There you go.
Those drum attachments are aggressive.
If you had to remove a flipper, Dennis, but only one, which one would you remove?
Ooh, real question time.
The back.
Hey, wrong answer.
Yeah.
Man, why do people like front flippers?
Because they're great.
I just don't like back flippers.
But this one isn't gonna be any pokey. You just you reach up. It's right there.
This is why. I just flex my hand and the knife opens.
I got an idea. Just buy a better knife.
Whoa.
Better than my tulip?
I mean, I like this knife and all. But they need to make a TI. They made a TI version of the variant. Like, come on.
Yeah. Actually,
yeah, that is. Even they didn't believe in this knife enough. And they should, because it's one hell of a lark.
Oh, what if they had done a satin finish on the tie too? Like, kind of how the thug. Well, like the thug had its like streaky sort of painted on looking finish. What if they had
painted on?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Damn,
it feels like it. I don't dislike it.
Feels like it's painted on. I'm talking about painted on hardware.
Look,
I could get sued real fast. Throw
Oh.
some shade on a whole bunch of companies.
do it. Fucking do it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's
I'm
not
here
like
for you getting
it's
sued.
not like I'm a Benchmade Narrows or anything. It's fine.
It's all right.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, my carry was a Benchmade this week. I broke even.
Yeah, they'll tell you, please keep buying our knives right before they sue you.
Please refrain from besmirching our knives. Thank you for your purchase.
There's
Look.
a no besmirchment clause in their sales pitch now.
There's clearly going to be besmirching, but we're clearly still buying them.
Gonna suck me into a mini tagged out.
Dude,
it's our fault.
We're going to have an episode or a conversation about that because it's, man, the more I think about it, the more angry and confused I get.
I think we're losing Stanson. I think he's potentially taken off for the night, and if that's
Understandable.
the case, have
Have
a
a good night,
sir.
sir.
Thank you for joining us. We will see you again soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Feel better.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Final thoughts, feelings?
I got a score.
I got a bit of a score.
Yeah. It's gonna be whelming. You will feel whelmed.
Have a silly score.
Is it like this whelm and fuzzy feeling on the inside?
Yes, a whelm and fezzy
Fezzy?
feeling.
Pheasant,
You ever just feel
pheasant.
fezzy? Yeah.
Like a pheasant. Yeah.
I feel
absolutely.
pheasant on the inside sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them do some dumb things. I've definitely felt pheasant on the inside.
I've felt a pheasant on the inside. It's kind of slimy. Yeah.
Oh, we're all slimy on the inside, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, you got me there.
Scores?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 75 out of 100 grams. Because that's the large end of what a Lark weighs.
Are you just trying to find new ways to get to 7 out of 10?
Yeah. It's a 7.5. Come on.
Yeah, okay.
I feel ways about this knife. I like it a lot, but I think I need it gussied for a final purchase for me. Although I would.
That's Gooseade.
Sorry.
I said that's Gooseade. Sorry.
Don't like it.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Absolutely. I could easily see myself buying this for one of my knife adjacent friends, though, for sure.
Oh, this would be an
Even if I
excellent
don't buy it
gift
for
knife.
myself.
Someone who likes front flippers, if you happen to play with, happen to be playing with knives and have someone that has an affinity to, oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
This one would probably be, yeah.
We didn't really talk much about the action, did we? It's great. Both flippers are great. It works. It's comfy.
Even over the top.
Sleeper model. I told you. It's good. It's good. It sleeps.
I'll
as my guitar gently weeps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In honor of the sleeping status, 2 sleepy stoned birds. Because you can stone 2 birds at once. You get your front flipper, back flipper. I don't know.
So you give it a 2 out of?
Oh, it's just 2.
Okay. All right.
It's just 2.
It's just 2.
It's just a 2.
And honestly, it's better than a 0.7. I do like.
You got me there.
I do like this.
You don't know that
more than
you don't actually know if it's better. That's an assumption, sir.
Well, it's certainly more. Either. It's certainly more. So
It's quantifiably a bigger number.
I counted them myself.
It's like 2.5, 2 and a bit times.
I see. I see. I was going to score this knife, but then CBSA confiscated it under genticular force. So,
shit.
Did they use their genticles to grab this knife?
Almost exclusively.
I mean,
they should certainly wash their hands.
It's okay. They squat
and their
first.
genticles.
You are able to swing the genticle to a fully open and locked position. There's an issue, you see.
That heartburn's coming back again.
I see. And
solution to that
Ben
problem.
knows. Ben knows the troubles.
Yep. He knows. He knows the struggles.
Yeah. I don't know if I got anything fun and fancy. I don't think I do. I don't think I got nothing for you guys.
Paul
Ain't
sent
got
us
shit.
something or other.
I do. We had one thing from last week.
We did have one thing from last week. Was that the thing you sent him?
It's a different thing that I sent him.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, you should talk about the thing from last week because I actually completely forgot about that until just now when you brought it up.
Don't tell us what to think or what to
forgot-
talk about.
I forget the name of the thing though. Is my problem.
Well,
I was hoping Dennis might remember, but then that shit
From
is
last
bananas.
week?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
Okay. Well, we'll start there.
What do you mean start there? We're gonna pick one of these things and only do one of these things.
oh, then we're definitely doing the thing from last week because
Alright.
I'm not waiting another week to find out what it is.
Oh, but it's funnier that way. Come on.
There's
He even
actually
sent you a
nothing.
thing. It's yeah.
It'd be funny if it was just a setup to just not have a thing for like weeks on end for you.
Keep in mind too.
What is this?
that
A Patreon?
Not
present?
only
Come
do
on.
I not know, the audience also doesn't know.
Christmas 2025. It's fine.
Don't gift me empty promises for Christmas. That's so mean.
Yeah, that's what you're getting for Christmas.
Fuck.
And coal.
Oh well,
All
that
right.
was a given.
All right.
Right here.
All right. So, Joe,
what do you know?
You should go to knifeenthusiast.com.
All right. Apparently, I can't spell.
Well,
do better, Joe. We're running a show around here. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
There's only one of us running it.
Oh, see, I thought I was being clever by merging the E from the end of knife into the E from the beginning of enthusiast.
There's your
Did I say one E, sir?
No, you did not.
Fuck.
Get more E's, Joe. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get more E's for your buck.
Bucky's?
Jump in and realize what you're looking at.
Yeah. Yes. I've seen a website similar to this, and now I wonder if it's the same website. I'm going to check my bookmarks on my phone later. Yeah, this is a buy-sell-trade website, isn't it?
This is a buy-sell-trade, specifically knife website.
Mm-hmm. Are those the Ken Onion shuns in the middle there?
No, that's also a Ken Onion series, but not, or either that or the Ed Kramer series by
Yeah.
Or it's also, there was like a chef's kitchen knife company called Rainworks that Ken Onion also got kitchen knife of the year for a couple years after he got kitchen knife of the year from Shun.
Good looking kitchen knives. I like them.
Yeah, I think those are the Bob Kramers, not the Rainworks. Mm-hmm. But I know random things about kitchen knives that I probably shouldn't know.
I'm going to be honest, I forgot Bob Kramer's name for just a minute there.
Well, and so the Rainworks knives ended up being a kitchen knife of the year thing, and I was like, "Man, did Shun win?" And I was like, "Oh no, it's just a Shun copycat that Ken Onion designed and line for as well." But yeah,
was it after he jumped ship from Kershaw? Maybe. A couple years later, you said.
Yeah, something like that. That sounds right. But yes, the Ken Onion from Hawaii.
Yes, obviously. Yeah.
So,
I want a Bob Kramer.
Joe, knife enthusiast. I don't know if this is the same website. If you've browsed.
Are you enthusiastic about the knife enthusiast, Joe?
So, if you go through here, it goes about like making a profile fairly easy, I think free. As a blah, blah, blah type of thing, being able to sell your knives anywhere in North America as of right now, not worldwide.
Do these guys take a cut?
Probably some sort of small percentage
Yeah.
of something as you set
Does
up as a
does that mean that they
retailer as
guarantee,
seller.
or do they
They
take no responsibility?
oh, as far as authenticity of what's being traded or sold. So that is something to be somewhat concerned with. Oh, I think the other website. Yeah. Bladebinge.com is basically the same goddamn thing. This is the one that I was aware of. Bladebingeshop.com. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
only just people that are selling, buying, selling, trading.
Yes, this is not a primary market. This is decidedly secondary market.
But
Which is
knife
a
specific. Like it's
yes.
yeah.
Hey,
This
look,
is
it's better than Arizona Customs.
is it?
Oh, isn't it?
Well, it
Is it?
depends.
Well, doesn't Arizona Customs buy it themselves and then jack the price?
Well, allegedly, and under certain conditions.
I'm getting sued, aren't I?
There's
I
yeah.
mean, they
So
buy
Yeah.
from private sellers too and resell and blah blah blah. Like Arizona Customs is like, what do you got for me? I'll resell that shit. What do you got?
the only thing
So
I'll say for Arizona Customs is that they've been in the game for a very long time, relatively speaking, as far as secondary market is concerned,
I
with the
guess
knife collectors market online.
you could argue that if they are selling it, then it's pretty well guaranteed that it's the real deal.
Well, that there's some degree of certainty from their side of things, yes. As
Yeah.
far as I know, I don't know about the website Dennis brought up tonight, but Blade Binge, I'm pretty sure, is user to user transactions, which strikes me as inherently risky. Now,
Mhm.
for certain models that may have a high demand, like, oh, they have a picture of a Grail here, a Sabenza
I
with a
mean,
unique graphic, like those things are harder to clone, right? They're harder to fake in large numbers.
is it inherently riskier than just PayPaling somebody from Instagram?
Instagram or eBay or anywhere else where the secondary market might exist. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know that there's much of anything a website or a company like this could do to prevent.
I mean, Knife Enthusiast is like you do have your seller, you do have reviews, you do have like fair shipping, blah blah blah, pricing, whatever type of idea, right? So I
Do,
did notice some sellers on Knife Enthusiast that had reviews and things like that. So
that was my question. Is there a way to like verify a seller by like seeing reviews or having people vouch for the
yes,
fact
you
that you
have
have?
to like register as a seller on this Knife Enthusiast at least. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And being forced to have to verify an account is going to help prevent some scumminess from happening for sure.
Well, no, no. I was asking about review, so that you can get honest responses from other people that have traded with this person along the way and are
Ah,
able to say definitively.
I see.
Because you see that a lot in like Instagram. You see that a lot, even like CKG. People will be like, "Hey, I'm looking at doing a trade with so and so. I don't know them. Can anybody else vouch for them?" I would hope that you would see something similar on a site like this.
Yeah.
So anyway, thought it had potential. It's another avenue for knife selling, buying, trading on the secondary market that I think is in the very infancy stage. I don't think this website has been around for very long.
I do like it,
And I
at
can
least in
see
theory.
it being, yeah, in theory, something that could be good to find the hard to come by, the rare,
I bet you'll find
obscure,
some weird shit.
eventually, if the page continues to grow and grow, and especially the older stuff, it'll be less relevant to clone older stuff as well, right?
Yes. That is one nice thing about the secondary market when you're looking for older stuff. It's how many clones of PM2s are there?
For sure.
Like it's just worth paying.
I mean,
What?
other than the one I own, no.
Yeah, there you are.
In all honesty, the thing that kind of caught me at first was those blue Cold Steel boxes are
Yeah.
still being copied by like copies of Cold Steels to this day.
Cold
Oh
Steel is
yeah,
one of the most
yeah.
copied companies out there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen assisted opening knives that had brass knuckles attached to them that were cold
That's
steel
it. Yeah.
branded. Yeah.
It's always funny when you see like a Benchmade. It's not even a knockoff. It's not even a clone. It's what is the term here? Well, they're just using the brand name, but you got the butterfly like lasered out of the blade, and it's like, oh, that happened at the same factory who makes the Browning knives. And when they laser cut their
I've
logos.
seen that Benchmade knife in a gas station.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, sweet. And I think someone might have said like a Benchmade. I'm like, there's no way that's a real Benchmade. It's yeah.
No. Dick Richards is asking, do you think they'd want to buy all my cat's knives? I bet you this would be a good place if you were
Yeah.
looking to offload them,
The
especially
only
as a batch.
Yeah. 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 I don't know that I would risk. It's weird, right? So like I'm kind of familiar with how it's handled on Blade forums, the buy sell forums that they have available there. And the idea is that you purchase a membership in order to partake. That supports the website and the community to a degree. If there's a bad transaction, there's usually a lot that can be done to make people whole, but it all hinges on you using things like PayPal goods and services as opposed to PayPal friends and family, because there's effectively no recourse for that. I don't know what the payment processors are on Knife Enthusiasts. They may have some sort of mechanism involved where photos need to be taken of certain elements of the knives. Like I don't know what the vetting process would be to even put stuff up for sale.
Maybe not. Cash is being held in escrow until
It
everyone can confirm.
it could very well be. I know that in certain circumstances there have been deals that have happened, gone bad, when a party realizes that this isn't the knife that I paid for. It's either a fake or a whatever. The knife is sent back to the recipient, and there's proof of a package being sent. And then money is refunded after the fact. I know PayPal has actually done that for people.
Yeah.
People like to bitch about their payment processor, but if you take the time to actually jump through their hoops, there's a lot of coverage that they can provide for people. So, but it is good to see. It's encouraging to see that not only is there Knife Enthusiast and Blade Binge, but like the fact that it's not just places like Arizona Custom Knives. It's not just reseller websites. It's I like this pattern because maybe we'll start to see some more interesting stuff floating around on the secondary.
Having options is also good. Having multiple places
can help keep prices from being overinflated for sure.
Yep.
And might even just make a faux account, see what's out there, blah 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 type of thing, just to set up and see what the fees are, what the percentages, what the cuts that they take, just out of curiosity. Because if it is reasonable,
yeah,
then this is a very good source to find. Like I said, that rare, that kick myself, you can't find it anywhere. I wish I could find my mini Kershaw Skinner for 45 or 50 bucks somewhere.
See, and that's that kind of shit where it's like, I really missed I missed getting this knife, or I had one and lost it. It wasn't terribly expensive, but like having a marketplace for used knives in particular, as well as the collectible and the very flippable stuff. Yeah, this would be excellent. It would give a lot of people exposure to stuff that probably wouldn't be able to see otherwise. Yeah, no, that's very cool. I would be curious to know how many other websites are there like this, because Blade Binge is pretty new. Like it's got to be less than a year or two old. I don't know about Knife Enthusiast.
And just looking at how many like postings and what like the date of postings, it looks like it's fairly new as well, right? Like
it was a short list in the all knives section.
I immediately went looking to see if there was a Huron.
Yeah, fair.
There is not.
Curious
that's
to
because
see.
everyone burned them with the Atari ET games and buried them in a dump.
Oh, ouch.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
It's rough,
Hmm.
dude.
Well, did you ever handle one?
Which, sorry?
The ET ones?
No, the Heron. You're talking about
Oh,
like
No,
the
I know.
CR,
no.
If I was able to handle one, it would be mine.
like the CRKT Heron, or is that
Somebody
what
would
you're
hand it to me, and I'd just put it in my pocket and be like, "Oh,
What do I owe
Right.
you?
right?
happened there?"
That's the knife you're talking about? Is-
Sorry, the CRKT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Heron? That's the knife
Yeah.
you're talking about?
That's
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's made by CRKT. So,
Good lord.
I assume people would want to get rid of them, and
well,
then I could snatch one up.
I was going to say, have you ever felt the action on one?
No.
No, but it was made by CRKT. So,
Oh, I know what the action's gonna be,
It's either going to be great or it's going to be
but I've
not
also
great.
seen how they run
Uh-huh.
after you take them apart and clean them and put them back together. Because
you say
what's
that
this?
like you're not going to strip screws.
Well, you know, I'll rev it.
What's
So
that?
I'll rev it.
to give you an idea,
Rev it.
on Blade Binge, there are currently over 1,400 listings, and some of them are batches of knives.
Well, fun.
We have some Jack Wolf stuff. We have some Tucson stuff. You remember Tucson? We got some Cold Steels. I saw a couple customs kicking around there. There's a S35VN holdout. Hey, that's a sweet knife. There's some
It's
cool
not
stuff on
it's
here.
not
Yeah.
XHP though.
No, that would be cool.
Dick Richards is saying, "Find me a Spartaco Warrior, and it'll be well worth your while." I'm gonna be honest with you. If I find a Spartaco Warrior at a
Yeah.
decent price, it's going in my collection.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
I'd have a hard time passing that one on.
I got you covered, Dick. I got you covered. If I find one, I'll keep these fucking vultures away from it. It's all yours.
That's only because you don't like it.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I
Cool.
don't like it either, but it's ridiculous, and that's why I like it.
Cool knife and all, but
Yeah.
it's yours. It's all yours, man.
Nah, man.
I got other fish to fry with my knife collecting.
No, you don't.
Are you kidding me?
The Warrior's
too
the
many.
be all end all.
Too many fish. Come on. I don't know the Buckmaster.
Hey,
yet.
look, I was gonna say, have you messed with the Warrior?
Huh?
Have you messed with the Warrior?
I did. I actually did put it against my wrist on the backside just to see. Just to see. And I was like,
Don't
oh,
do
that'll
that.
bite you. No, it didn't bite me, but
No.
it'll bite you.
Oh.
I just wanted to see. And yeah,
Mhm.
if you ever need to do any sort of joint manipulation, there's less manipulating than you think.
I was gonna
it's-
say.
It's less manipulation and more removal, I really think.
Hey, look, you can get Herman's on here.
Who's Herman?
Yeah, what
Frank.
now?
Oh, and Frank Fisher's Herman
Oh,
knives. The
I was
Polish.
looking at the Oz Rosie.
Oh, there's
for
one. There's one.
9 US.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because
see-
I'm seeing one for 1550.
Ben agrees with me. Don't do that, Dennis.
That's an
Don't do
XL
it.
though. Oh,
Ben agrees.
hey! Chris Reeve Project 2, Clip Point. Heyo.
Beer, 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 beer.
That's cool as shit. $1,300. I wonder if this is a clone. I don't see them sell that cheap. Damn. Are you gonna
It
let
was
me?
used. It was
What's
beat
a
up.
Project 2?
It's the
They're
hollow
one
handled.
piece hollow handle.
Yeah. A2, I think.
I mean,
Alright.
you could
Yeah.
just buy a Schrade one for $50. It's
Yeah,
it's got a better warranty.
It's got a
Probably-
screwdriver.
It's probably hardened a little bit further too. No, I'm joking.
Oh, shit.
Well,
I-
comparable
I've-
at least. I mean, it could be.
Well,
That's
it's
what the numbers say, at least.
55 to 57 on the Chris Reeve Project 2.
Oh, I see.
What steel? A2. though.
A2, which makes sense. You kind of, for that kind of construction, yeah, I don't know that I
Like,
want it to be very brittle.
People are throwing it over trees like it's a grappling hook, man.
So it's
Yeah.
a
Oh,
hollowed
sorry,
handle.
that's still the Buckmaster.
Yeah. Hollowed handle pry bar is what that is.
Yeah, 100%. What else you got here?
And
You got some
y-
endorsements?
You're making fun of a Buckmaster, but if a Buckmaster landed in my lap for anything that I would pay for it, which is not what it's worth, I would take it.
Yeah, just because it lands on Toonie Tuesday on CKG doesn't mean.
Eh, Ooh, Pena custom front flipper for 950. Oh, Paul,
It's like,
look, it's got Mascus and vintage micarta.
which, who, where, what?
I'm just keeping that picture up for you.
All right, do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
You're gonna make
desynced.
me a broke bastard. You know that, Joe? I
Yeah.
brought this knife
Oh,
enthusiast website to be like, hey, cool, check it out the secondary market. And then you throw at me this blade binge, and I'm looking at Olympic
Yeah.
Wayfarers. It's a good thing it's not a lefty carry, because
I would fuck with that.
Yeah, I know you would. I know you
what, a
would.
haptic for 900? Or the Pena. Yeah,
Oh,
front
yeah, then
flippies.
I'd fuck with a haptic. I don't know about 900. They're worth more than that, but
Rask 950. Anyway, we can
mm,
talk about that after the live stream's over,
I'm
because
gonna go
people are just
broke.
watching us
God
drool
damn
on
it.
knives at 10
Yeah.
after 9. So
Ugh.
anyway, thank you to the Cutting Edge Cutlery Co. for bringing in the latest and greatest, the QSP Lark, as well as the QSP variant, Jacob Justin Lundquist.
The old
JJ.
Jacob Justin.
Little JJ.
J. Jonah. Jacob.
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Yeah, it's my name
For
too.
sure. Yeah. His
Pictures
name.
of Spider-Man.
It's his name.
Spiderman.
It's not your name, it's his name.
Spiderman.
As long as it's not Spooderman, then I'm okay.
It's Spider Co. Actually, he wants one of his full circle. Yeah, thanks to people on Instagram that keep following us. It's still confusing, and I appreciate it. I appreciate being confused, and appreciate the fact that I don't have to do any work.
And more than the random Instagram followers and like the actual people that are even here in the chat tonight, thank you to the Patreon members. Because yeah, those who have subscribed in the past as well as those present, we really appreciate you guys contributing. Obviously, we gave back to you guys. I hope we're enjoying everything. Yeah, more giveaways, more fake empty Christmas promises to come, I'm sure.
Nah.
They had their
What,
one.
no promises, or they're not fake or empty?
Well,
all
something's
the
fake
above.
and empty, but
It's coal. It's just coal all the way down.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas
One
2026.
and all.
It's July, dude.
Yeah.
I
That's
said
why we're
Merry Christmas 2026.
I know. It's
Getting
July,
it
and my
early.
favorite Halloween decoration is already sold out. Sons of bitches.
That's nice.
How does that even happen?
I know, right? How does that even happen? You say, fucking
I did say.
Bullshit.
white bitches love Halloween. That's how that happens.
They
There's a-
do. They do be loving Halloween.
I mean, I'm a white bitch that loves Halloween. Why isn't my decoration still in stock?
Because you
You
wake
gotta be
up
more
later.
basic, bro.
You
I
wake
know.
up later than all the other white bitches.
Obviously. My Christmas or my Halloween pre-buying was in vain. Anyway,
I think we're back
thanking
next
all the
week.
people. Yeah, we are back next week. I think
Yeah.
no one's
Can't make me.
screwing around on us here.
I
But
don't think so.
fucking screw offs. Anyway, cool,
It's
man.
aggressive.
Not without permission.
Thanks. Yeah, well, you know me by now.
Yeah, touche. Got me there.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We will see you here again next week, 7:15 Mountain Standard Time. We appreciate you guys tuning in week after week for the shenanigans, and hopefully you take something away from, thick
This
liner locks.
edutainment.
Thick with 2 C's.
Only 2?
Yeah.
Not 3?
No, it's not that thick. What do you think it is, an NPR? Come on, damn. Jeez. It's not that thick. It's not. Cool, guys. We will catch you again on the flippity flip. These are my goodbye ones. I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am the Iron Joe.
And I'm exile.ca.
We'll see you again next week. Bye bye for now.
See you on the flip side. It's terrible.